Hi, this is Michael Buckhoff from BetterTOEFLScores.com, and right now I want to talk about how to improve your speaking skills for the TOEFL IBT. Now, if your speaking score is between the range of 18 and 25 points out of 30, I think this video is going to be useful for you. Now, I'm getting some suggestions directly from Educational Testing Service from their own website at www.TOEFL.org. It's kind of hard to find this stuff, but I'm going to explain each of the 4 suggestions they give and then try to give you a little bit more information from my own teaching experience of over 15 years now. Before we get started, don't forget there's one thing that I want to say at the end of this video that I think you might find very useful. Okay, back to improving your speaking skills. Obviously, the most important thing, number one, is you need to find as many opportunities as possible to talk to native speakers of English. The more that you speak with these kinds of speakers, the better you will improve your speaking ability. Maybe find a speaking partner if you can. Schedule time on a calendar each time. Now, schedule time each week so you can practice speaking. Now, if you can't find a native English speaker, then maybe find a friend of your own language who wants to practice speaking English. And during this time when you guys are together, promise each other you will only speak English. This is my first suggestion. Now, there's 2 ways to learn English and to do well on the TOEFL. You can spend a long time, or you can learn quickly. If you learn quickly, the best way to learn quickly, or to learn English fast, is to immerse yourself in the language. That's very, very important. Now, the second suggestion. In addition to finding opportunities to in terms of speaking with native speakers or friends, you need to practice speaking for a limited time on different topics without a lot of preparation. Remember that you have speaking tasks. You have 6 speaking tasks during the TOEFL test. And you only have either 45 seconds or 60 seconds to give these speaking tasks. So you should time your responses. You should also record your responses. And then you need to make adjustments in those responses. For example, if you answer an independent speaking task, for example, who is a person you admire, give specific reasons why you admire this person, and you time it, and you give a great speech, you look at your watch, you go, uh-oh, I just took 75 seconds. Obviously, you only have 45 seconds to give this speech. So you need to practice giving this speech and recording this speech until you're comfortable doing it in 45 seconds. This takes practice. Now, you can practice talking about places that you enjoy visiting. Maybe you went on a vacation last year. Maybe you're going to go on a vacation next month. You can practice talking about these kinds of things. You can practice speaking about things you enjoy doing. How about think of a specific example when you're talking about a topic? You might think about a parent or a grandfather or a grandmother as an important person, and you give specific reasons why you think this person is important. You might talk about going to the movies last week and why you enjoy going. You may talk about the specific movie you saw. You might talk about some specific reasons why you enjoyed seeing that particular movie. In terms of talking about things that you enjoy doing, you might talk about reading books and a particular book that you might be reading. Anyway, practice speaking about these topics for about 1 minute. Now, as you talk about these topics above, you might practice writing down maybe 3 verbs and 3 adjectives and maybe 3 nouns which are relevant to the topic. For example, if you're talking about a person that you admire, you might say you admire the person because he teaches you. So teach is a verb. You might also put down a verb, respect you. So respect. So teach is a verb, respect is a verb, and then you might put down another verb. You enjoy, maybe enjoy is a verb, being with this person. This is kind of difficult, but writing down 3 verbs and 3 adjectives which are relevant to the topic and then using these particular words as you speak will really help you develop a pretty good topic. All right, let's go to the third point. Now, as you practice speaking and doing these suggestions, concentrate on speaking clearly with good pronunciation and intonation. Try to speak with confidence. And make sure that you open your mouth wider than what you normally would do. I think English is one of those languages where you need to open your mouth more. And when you're trying to pronounce the new sounds of a new language, the tendency is to not open your mouth as much, but that's going to cause pronunciation problems. Now, here's another suggestion in terms of helping you with your pronunciation and intonation. Get a reading passage. Now, as you're reading that passage, divide the reading passage into thought groups. Remember that you do not want to read word for word. You want to group certain things together as a group. So put a pause, then take a number of other words and group them together, then put another pause. So pay very close attention to these groups of words and ideas. Now, then you can record yourself reading the passage out loud. And then, of course, listen to it again and make sure that you're not pausing too often. Now, another suggestion with pronunciation, get a book or tape, maybe a transcript from a news report or interview or a play. So you can listen to the transcript, you can mark down any pauses, you can mark down the primary stress of the speaker, and you can mark down the rising or the lowering of the intonation, or when the intonation is steady or regular. Now, of course, after you listen to it, you read the transcript out loud and you try to imitate these pauses, these stress patterns, and these intonation patterns. So that can be very useful to help you in your pronunciation. And finally, the last suggestion, it's a pretty good suggestion here, use books that come with audio recordings so that you can study pronunciation, stress, and intonation in English. So this is very important. Remember, the TOEFL is going to grade you in your speech, and part of your grade is based on your pronunciation. So you really do need to have good pronunciation, good stress, and good intonation. All right, let's review the 4 points again. Number 1, find opportunities to speak English with native speakers or friends. Number 2, practice speaking for a limited time on different topics without a lot of preparation. Time your responses and record your responses to these questions. 3, concentrate on speaking clearly with good pronunciation and also using appropriate intonation. And finally, number 4, use books that come with audio recordings so that you can study pronunciation, stress, and intonation patterns. All right, back to what I wanted to say in the beginning of this video. I have a TOEFL IBT newsletter. I'm telling you, it breaks the TOEFL up into 144 skill areas. I actually teach in detailed lessons each month for my newsletter different skill building exercises to help you improve your speaking skills, your reading skills, your writing, your listening skills, your vocabulary, your grammar skills, and your pronunciation skills. I highly recommend that you subscribe to my inexpensive newsletter. What would it be worth to you if you could get 5 to 7 hours of instruction every month from a TOEFL instructor who has taught TOEFL preparation classes for about 14 years? What if I told you I would only charge you $9 a month? Would you do it? I hope so. Come to my blog, sign up, subscribe to the newsletter.